Okay, so we're gonna go over the increaser fitting. This is a new fitting for us. It's an increaser fitting. Takes us from 1.5" fire department male thread, comes up to 2.5" fire department male thread. All right, so it's an increaser. It's a non-swivel fitting. I'll explain. So we'll get a situation on a standpipe job, especially if it's a hose cabinet like this one, where we have a reducer on here. Now, ordinarily, we'll pull the reducer off. All right, this one is stuck on there. We tried to remove it. We had a spanner wrench and a pipe wrench. So spanner wrenches, you know, all wrenches are not created equal, but some of them are a little better than others. Anything with this knob on it gets in our way a lot of times. So we probably saw those off. Some of them now, most of them come without it. I can't get in here. I don't have a great way of getting in here to loosen this. And if this is really on there hard, we have to get this up to 2.5" threads, okay? Because all our equipment, our elbow, our gate, and our gauge is 2.5" fire department threads. So I gotta get this off. Sometimes you can get the pipe wrench on. Well, pipe wrench isn't gonna fit either. The pipe wrench is not gonna fit in there. The hook jaw is not gonna fit in back. If the spanner wrench won't fit, chances are I will not be able to get this in here. Won't work. So I'm stuck with a dilemma. I could try to drive it off. That does work sometimes. You know, this one, if I take a look at it, that's the tightening. This is the loosening. So I could drive it. I could just put that on there, give it a couple of whacks, and it's not moving too well. Try it again. I don't want to break anything. I don't want to break this thread up in here. And I see if I can get this to move a little bit. Looks like it's moving slightly, and we're getting it. So we can take that off and go to 2.5" thread. But let's say, for example, I could not move that. It ain't moving. I can't get my spanner wrench on it. I can't get my pipe wrench on it. I don't want to hit it any harder than I did, or I break this this pin off. So now, this is the way to go. We're going to put the fitting right on there. So what I'll do is, I screw this right on, I leave it in place, I check it for any kind of, I don't know if I got a restrictor in there, I don't know, I'm not feeling nothing. So let's just change our threads, get where we got to be. So now we're going to go to this. So now I got 2.5" FD, fire department threads all the way out. And let's do our normal dress out with this. Let's put the elbow on there. Now, if you notice, the elbow he's using is the drain elbow. He's got his drain elbow on there. That's good. So this elbow doesn't have pin lugs on it, so you can get this on a real tight cabinet in there. We're going to put our valve on. So just hold for a second. What we're gonna do right now is make sure that this is closed. So we always make sure that we ride with these closed, because what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up this valve. We're not really gonna open it, but in practice we're gonna open this valve up, because these valves sometimes are difficult. If we get it open, we succeed in getting it open. We want to open it all the way. We don't want to touch it anymore. Sometimes they're difficult to get open. Sometimes they'll move easy. This has a telltale on it. This has an alarm on it. I don't want to touch it. Well, if I'm having trouble getting the valve open, there's a couple things we could do. We would try it by hand the best we could, okay? We can use our hook jaw. You know, that pipe wrench, we use it for a lot of stuff in this. I can use this as a leverage device, so I can get more leverage on it and free it up. Sometimes they're stiff just the first half a turn. Sometimes they're stiff all the way out. Sometimes the wheel breaks off just from being stuck like that. And then we have to get down and maybe grab the stem. The point is, once we get this open, we don't want to mess with it. We want it wide open. Then we have our fittings on. Then we're going to bleed this, okay? We don't touch this anymore. This stays open. We bleed it, get our junk out of it, then we put our gauge on it, and then finish the job. So that's our setup. So next you're doing it with the video. You can see anything that we want particular to the Standpipe kit is gonna have a color to it. This is gonna be blue, just as the nozzle tip on our Standpipe pack is blue. We'll know that belongs in the Standpipe kit. So this is gonna be in the job as of this week, and the video will go with it so we have an idea how it works.